We live in a world that often prioritizes success, achievement, and individualism. But what if the true measure of success isn't what we gain, but what we give? As Simon Sinek teaches us, leadership isn't about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in our charge. Giving back isn't just a philanthropic act. It's a mindset. It's the belief that we are all connected, and that by helping others rise, we rise together. Imagine a world where giving is as valued as getting. A world where our success is defined not by how much we accumulate, but by how much we contribute to the success of others. Today, I want to challenge you to rethink the power of giving back, not just as an obligation, but as a path to true fulfillment and purpose. Because when we give, we don't just change others, we change ourselves. Giving is a catalyst for growth. In a world that constantly pushes us to pursue individual success, we often forget the profound impact that giving can have on both the giver and the receiver. This principle is not just about charity or philanthropy. It's about the growth that happens when we extend ourselves to others. When we give, we unlock potential, not only in those we help, but also within ourselves. Giving forces us to step outside of our own narrow focus and engage with the world in a more meaningful way. When we think about growth, we often focus on material or personal achievement. We set goals, work tirelessly, and measure our progress based on the results we can see. The promotions, the new cars, the houses, the vacations. These are tangible markers of success. But when we talk about giving, it transcends these visible markers. Giving is the act of investing in others, sometimes without the immediate expectation of anything in return. However, the return on this investment is often far greater than anything we can measure with dollars and cents. One of the most significant ways giving catalyzes growth is by fostering deeper connections. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and we thrive in environments where we feel seen, heard, and valued. When we give, whether it's our time, resources, expertise, or support, we create bonds that have the power to change lives. These connections don't just help others grow, they also open doors for our own personal growth. By helping someone else succeed, we are often presented with new opportunities, new perspectives, and new experiences that challenge us to grow in ways we might not have anticipated. But giving is also a transformative process for the giver. It teaches empathy, patience, and humility. When you give, you begin to realize that life isn't only about accumulating for yourself. It's about the impact you have on others and the legacy you leave behind. It forces us to shift our mindset from what can I get, to what can I give, to what can I give. This subtle shift has the power to change the way we approach not just our careers and personal lives, but also our purpose. Giving allows us to redefine success, not by what we achieve, but by the difference we make in the lives of others. Moreover, giving often pushes us to stretch beyond our comfort zones. Whether it's offering a listening ear to a friend in need, donating to a cause that is close to our hearts, or mentoring someone who lacks the resources or knowledge we take for granted, we find ourselves stepping into roles that we might never have imagined. These moments challenge us to be more selfless, to consider the needs of others over our own, and to approach the world with a broader perspective. It is through these experiences that we encounter the kind of growth that shapes our character. Furthermore, giving can also stimulate growth by inspiring others to do the same. When we extend a helping hand, we not only uplift someone else, but we also inspire a ripple effect. People who receive help often feel a deep sense of gratitude, which can motivate them to pass on the kindness. This chain of giving creates a culture of mutual support that benefits everyone involved. The simple act of giving can, therefore, spark a cycle of growth, where one person's contribution inspires another to contribute in turn, creating a more connected and compassionate community. In addition to the personal growth it fosters, giving back also plays a vital role in the collective growth of society. When individuals and organizations prioritize giving, they contribute to the creation of a more equitable and just world. By addressing the needs of the underserved, we begin to dismantle the systems of inequality that hold many people back. Giving isn't just about helping a person in need. It's about addressing the root causes of poverty, inequality, and injustice. When we give, we participate in the larger process of social transformation, challenging the status quo and advocating for change. Moreover, giving encourages a mindset of abundance. In a world that often feels consumed by scarcity and competition, giving teaches us that there is enough to go around. When we give freely, we break free from the fear of not having enough for ourselves. We start to recognize that true wealth comes not from hoarding resources, but from sharing them. This abundance mindset leads to a more collaborative and inclusive society where people work together to elevate each other. Ultimately, giving is a force that propels us forward both as individuals and as a collective. Norif. It is a reminder that growth doesn't just come from what we achieve or accumulate. It comes from what we contribute to the world. When we give, we not only help others grow, but we also unlock growth within ourselves. We discover new strengths, new connections, and new purposes that we never knew existed. Giving in its purest form is the most profound way to grow, both personally and as part of something much larger than ourselves. True fulfillment lies in contribution. In our pursuit of happiness and success, we often find ourselves chasing external rewards, promotions, financial gain, recognition, or status. These achievements are frequently celebrated and touted as markers of success in our society. But despite reaching these goals, many of us are left feeling empty or unsatisfied. It's as if we've reached the top of the ladder only to realize that it was leaning against the wrong wall. The truth is, lasting fulfillment does not come from what we accumulate or achieve for ourselves. It comes from what we give to others and the contributions we make to something greater than ourselves. When we contribute, we are able to tap into a deeper sense of purpose. This purpose transcends personal gain and instead connects us to the broader fabric of humanity. We begin to realize that the most fulfilling moments in our lives often come not from what we receive, but from what we give. Whether it's offering our time to a cause, supporting someone in need, or sharing our talents with others, our true sense of fulfillment arises when we shift the focus away from ourselves and direct it towards the well-being of others. This shift in perspective is transformative. It challenges the prevailing narrative that success is a solitary pursuit. In fact, true success is found in our ability to uplift those around us, to contribute to the growth and well-being of our families, communities, and the world. When we contribute to others, we also contribute to our own growth. We discover a deeper sense of meaning in our actions, one that is not defined by superficial achievements, but by the positive impact we have on the lives of those we touch. Contribution becomes the pathway to a life that feels rich, not in material wealth, but in significance and connection. Moreover, contribution is what creates long-lasting and genuine relationships. In a world where people often feel isolated or disconnected, the act of giving fosters a sense of belonging. When we contribute to others, we create bonds that are based on shared experiences, trust, and mutual support. These relationships provide us with a sense of connection and community that is essential for emotional well-being. The people we help, support, and collaborate with become integral parts of our lives, and through these connections, we experience a deeper form of fulfillment. When we contribute, we also become part of something larger than ourselves. Whether we are part of a social movement, a charitable cause, or a community initiative, our efforts contribute to the collective well-being of others. This sense of belonging to something bigger than ourselves instills a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment. We begin to understand that our actions, no matter how small, can have a ripple effect that spreads far beyond our immediate sphere. This realization is powerful because it reminds us that our lives matter in ways that transcend personal achievement. Contribution connects us to humanity as a whole and helps us see the impact we can have on a global scale. Additionally, contributing to others helps us develop a sense of gratitude. When we focus on giving, we are often reminded of the many blessings in our own lives. Helping others opens our eyes to the challenges and struggles they face, which in turn encourages us to appreciate the things we may have taken for granted. This gratitude is an essential component of fulfillment. It shifts our perspective from what we lack to what we have, from scarcity to abundance. When we are grateful, we are more likely to feel content with our lives and less prone to the anxiety and dissatisfaction that often accompany the pursuit of material wealth or personal gain. Furthermore, contribution enables us to leave a lasting legacy. While wealth and possessions are transient, the impact we have on others can endure for generations. The lessons we teach, the support we offer, and the positive changes we make in the world create a ripple effect that continues long after we are gone. Contributing to the growth and well-being of others allows us to leave behind a legacy of kindness, generosity, and compassion, values that can be passed down to future generations. This sense of legacy gives our lives a deeper sense of purpose and meaning, knowing that the work we do today can have a positive impact for years to come. When we make contribution a central part of our lives, we begin to align our actions with our deepest values. We prioritize what truly matters, helping others, making a difference, and living with intention. This alignment brings a sense of inner peace and fulfillment, as we know we are living in accordance with our highest ideals. We are no longer driven by external expectations or the pursuit of fleeting goals. Instead, we are guided by a sense of purpose that is rooted in our desire to contribute to the greater good. This sense of purpose becomes the foundation of a truly fulfilling life. As we contribute to the lives of others, we also grow in our understanding of ourselves. Giving forces us to confront our own limitations, to practice humility, and to cultivate patience and empathy. Through the act of contribution, we learn more about our own strengths, weaknesses, and values. We gain clarity on what truly matters to us and develop a deeper sense of self-awareness. This self-awareness is key to living a fulfilled life, as it allows us to make choices that align with our true desires and aspirations, rather than chasing after external validation or societal approval. Ultimately, true fulfillment is not found in what we have or what we achieve for ourselves. It is found in the ways we contribute to the lives of others, the positive impact we have on the world, and the deep connections we form along the way. When we focus on giving, rather than accumulating, we unlock a deeper sense of purpose and joy that cannot be measured by external accomplishments. Fulfillment comes from the knowledge that we have lived a life that mattered, one in which our actions made a difference, no matter how small, in the lives of others. The ripple effect of kindness and generosity is one of the most powerful forces in human interaction. Every small act of kindness has the potential to spread far beyond the immediate recipient, creating waves of goodwill that can reach countless others. In a world where we often hear about the struggles, divisions, and challenges people face, the simple act of being generous or kind can be a force for positive change. What's incredible about kindness is its ability to transcend barriers, whether those barriers are social, cultural, racial, or economic. It is universal. A kind word, a thoughtful gesture, or an unexpected act of generosity can have a lasting impact that far exceeds its initial gesture. When we engage in acts of kindness, we are not just helping the individual we are directly interacting with. We are sending out ripples that affect their lives, as well as the lives of others they may come into contact with. Imagine a person who receives help or a kind gesture from someone. They may feel uplifted, supported, and empowered to continue their day with a renewed sense of hope. But more than that, they may also pass that positivity forward. A person who has been shown kindness may be more likely to extend kindness to others, creating a chain of positive interactions that spreads throughout communities, workplaces, and even larger societies. The ripple effect is powerful because it doesn't rely on grand gestures or large acts. Often it's the small, everyday interactions that have the most significant influence. A simple smile, a word of encouragement, or taking a moment to listen to someone can lift their spirits in ways we may never fully understand. We often think that in order to make a real difference, we need to do something extraordinary. But the truth is, even the smallest act of kindness can have an exponential impact. The person who receives your help may be inspired to go on and do something kind for another person, starting a ripple that extends far beyond your initial interaction. Generosity has a similar effect. When we give, whether it's our time, resources, or expertise, we create an environment where others feel encouraged to give as well. Generosity isn't just about donating money to a cause. It's about offering something of ourselves, whether it's a helping hand to a friend, advice to a colleague, or support to a family member. When we act generously, we set an example that encourages others to do the same. It's a virtuous cycle where each act of giving increases the likelihood that someone else will be inspired to give in return. In a world where self-interest can often dominate, generosity becomes a force that pushes back against that narrative. It shifts our focus from what we can gain to what we can share. And this shift can create profound, lasting change. The ripple effect of kindness and generosity is also rooted in the human connection we create through these acts. At its core, every act of kindness strengthens our bonds with one another. It creates trust, understanding, and a sense of solidarity. We often hear that we are all connected, but sometimes it takes a concrete experience of kindness to remind us of this truth. In moments of kindness, we break down the walls of isolation, fear, and mistrust that can separate us. We see each other not as strangers, but as people with shared experiences, hopes, and struggles. This connection is one of the most powerful aspects of kindness. It reminds us that we are not alone. By engaging in kindness, we reaffirm our shared humanity and contribute to a world where people feel valued, supported, and loved. The ripple effect also has the potential to change the way we approach challenges. When we experience generosity or kindness, we are often more equipped to handle difficulties in our own lives. Acts of kindness have a way of lifting our spirits and providing us with the emotional strength we need to navigate tough situations. When people feel supported, they are better able to face adversity with resilience. This is especially true in communities or networks where kindness and generosity are cultivated as a norm. When people know they can rely on the support of others, they are less likely to feel overwhelmed or isolated in the face of hardship. The ripple effect of kindness, therefore, becomes a tool for resilience, helping us build stronger, more connected communities that can face challenges together. Moreover, the ripple effect is not confined to small acts between individuals. It extends into larger societal changes. When generosity becomes a core value in a community, it has the potential to reshape the structures and systems that govern that community. Charitable acts, volunteer work, and community service often start with individuals but can grow into movements that influence policies, challenge social inequalities, and create opportunities for those who are underserved. In this sense, the ripple effect of kindness and generosity can transform not only individual lives, but entire communities and societies. What starts as a single act of goodwill can snowball into a larger societal shift that benefits everyone. Another aspect of the ripple effect is how it nurtures a cycle of gratitude. When we witness or experience acts of kindness, we often feel a deep sense of gratitude. This gratitude not only uplifts us in the moment, but can also inspire us to be kinder and more generous in return. Gratitude has a way of grounding us in the present and helping us focus on the positive aspects of our lives, even when circumstances may be challenging. When we are grateful for the kindness we receive, we are more likely to pay that kindness forward, continuing the cycle of generosity and compassion. This cycle, fueled by kindness, has the potential to grow exponentially, reaching individuals and communities in ways that we may never fully comprehend. The ripple effect of kindness and generosity is one of the most profound tools we have to create positive change. Its power lies in its ability to touch lives in ways that extend far beyond the initial act. Whether through a simple gesture or a larger act of generosity, the positive impact of kindness spreads, touching lives and communities, and creating an environment where compassion, trust, and solidarity can flourish.